says we do investments and stuff, and then like it says YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
I see that, yeah.
Isn't that kind of a lie, though?
No, we're just saying that we're on there. We should put TikTok on there.
Oh, TikTok's on there, yeah. Well, for that matter, sign up for everything.
Grinder? Or no, what?
What? Oh, I see where your head's at today. Grumbler or something it was called.
Getter.
Getter, yeah. Yeah, why not? Sign up for everything. But it's kind of a lie because we're not actually on. I mean, I post a picture every now and then, don't I? We'll get to it. You know? We need somebody. We need a social person. Hey, welcome to the Closing Beat. How we doing today? Sorry about that. Got started a little bit early and a little off topic there. Hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the Closing Beat. We are financial advisors that are probably not like most of the other ones that you've seen out there. I hope you'll stick around. We're going to talk about the stock market. That's one of the things that makes us different. We like to talk about the stock market. We build our own funds. We manage our own funds. We don't go buy mutual funds and things like that. No bueno. Actually, I just have one bit of homework. Stay with me just for a second. Go on in your dojo there. I pulled up Charlie's mock account. This is what our portal looks like if you're one of our clients. Mostly looks like it's not real, but we've got down here, right? You go right down here. This is where you can go and click. If you're one of our clients here, I actually put up a checklist for the new year to get you started there. And I'm going to be using this notes section to keep you updated. You can see we're already testing out something called a fin task, so that you know, hey, I've got a task for you that maybe we need to engage with, or something I'd like to know more about you and stuff. We're going to be doing that here in the recent updates section, so just wanted to point that out. I will point that out a handful of other times because that is new, something new that we're doing there. Also, we are going on a company ski trip in 2 weeks. Nothing fancy. We're going to the first place we can find that has snow and can rent us something to slide down a hill with. We don't have the clothes. We're from Florida. We just want to go down a hill on some form of, you know, whatever they make it, snow skis or snowboards out of. So maybe we'll have to film that if we don't kill ourselves. Anyways, that'll be in 2 weeks. So if you need anything, let's get together now because it'll be a Thursday, Friday, and then long weekend for us. Anyways, we got the stock market here today. Finally got a little bit of a rally. The sort of theme of today is going to be the growth stocks, the beaten down growth stocks that everybody sold off to start the year. They got a little bounce. That's all it is. They got a little bit of a bounce. We'll see if it turns out to be more. You also have Jerome Powell testifying in front of the Senate Banking Committee because, well, they're going to nominate him again, is the assumption, to be the Fed president once more. And really all eyes are going to be on the Fed until March. One thing I thought was funny, I was watching some of it there, and old Elizabeth Warren, Senator Warren, who seems to never be having a good day, she was like, all right, let's do an Econ 101 class with you. And she asked him some stupid questions, and he's like, I guess, you know, that's a basic question. And then she goes, okay, so companies have higher costs because of inflation, but yet their profit margin is so much thicker, which means are they not passing on the higher costs and charging more? And she was trying to say that wasn't fair. She's like, I could prove that companies are not passing on costs. 2/3 of publicly traded companies that have a lot of market share have higher profit margins despite higher costs. What's going on there? And Jerome Powell's answer, I mean, he gets a thumbs up for me on this one. He's like, I don't know, maybe they're raising prices because they can and demand is so strong. And she was upset by that. What's wrong with that? Right? If the demand is there and you're able to raise prices, what's wrong with that? Elizabeth Warren doesn't like that one there. And I thought it was a great answer because usually he's just kind of calm and he's like, I believe so, yes. In this case, he's like, or it could be that they're able to raise prices. Oh, man. Good stuff. Anyways, let's talk about the stock market here today. The NASDAQ was your leader because that's what's been beaten up the most. Your growth tech stocks had sold off the most, got a recovery at the start of yesterday to close positive. Today, a little bit more further on there. The driver of today, again, growth stocks overall, large cap growth, and in particular, small cap growth was the focus, which is why that puts the Russell 2000 in second place for the day, which hasn't done a lot. You know, it's not the most exciting index at the moment, but small cap growth was the leader across the board. Beat large cap growth, mid cap, it beat value, it beat index, everything. That's where all the excitement was here today. If you look in the S&P, there you go. So a little recovery in the S&P off the 50-day moving average there. And as I break into it, you're going to find that a lot of the names in the S&P today are oil-related, bank-related, or biotech. And remember, we talked about this yesterday. The JP Morgan Healthcare Conference is going on, and I gave you the stats on how healthcare performs during the conference, which is virtual this year, not as exciting, versus biotech that performs, and biotech is positive 80% of the time. Well, if you look inside of the S&P today, you're going to find a lot of biotech companies that did well, but I did mention oil as well. You got Apache hitting new highs, Occidental Petroleum almost hitting new highs, and then your virus-related stocks. Hey, we have the highest number of new cases ever since we found out the virus was a thing. Daily new cases has hit really well beyond all-time highs. Doesn't matter. Las Vegas Sands is doing well. A lot of these doing well today. A lot of these reopening stocks are starting to do well. You got a lot of cool names there that had a good day, but the bulk of names that you're going to find are going to be energy, gas-related, oil-related, Halliburton, Hess, Marathon. You could just go through the whole list and see what's going on there. The Dow. Really, the Dow was just kind of held back by a handful of names. Not that they had a bad day. They just had a really good run recently, and they're pulling back. IBM, it's a stock that we happen to own, pulling back after that recent run. Johnson & Johnson doing the same thing, sort of doing the same thing, a little bit better. Caterpillar also pulling back after popping out of the downtrend. And those three really were what held the Dow back from being competitive with the rest of the indices here today, which is odd because those were the boring names that money was moving to last week. Is it leaving already? Are we going back to growth stocks? Everybody's learned their lesson and they're ready to move on. So I thought that was interesting. Rates, there you go. You got a little bounce in bonds here, which means interest rates are moving a touch lower. That's helpful. I'm looking at bonds here in general, but it's helpful for my TLT position, which was one we put on the other day just as a fun short-term trade to bring it up with you. But I haven't done anything with it. Got about 26% of the total premium collected, and so hanging on to that guy. Commodities got a boost as well. If you're looking around, crude oil up on the day. Gold, where did it go? That explains oil or energy stocks. You got gold a little bit higher on the day. That's because Powell punched the dollar with his comments. UUP is one way to look at it. There you go. A little weakness in the dollar allows gold to get things going there, which gold was the one of the worst performers last year. SLV is a way to look at silver. It was the worst performer last year in terms of commodities. A little bit of a rally today for that one. And if you're a research member, in our site there, I forgot to pull it up, but if you go in our research site, energy, it has now been up 12%. It is up 12% in the last 7 days. Is that odd? That's pretty odd, actually. You can look at the stats in there and see how that is not common, and the forward performance is only positive the next 7 days, 44% of the time. So it doesn't mean we're falling here. It just means if you just bought it, you don't expect to see another 12% in a week, right? Or 7 days. It's just not likely. And if you're not a research member, check us out, jazzwealth.com/research. You can actually search for anything you want in there and find the stats on all that stuff because we like to be stats driven there. A couple stocks for our clients to mention that we own. You've got Marine Max pulling back. This was one of our worst performers today, 2.5% lower. And it's been kind of a quiet stock. They bought, they bought Mastercraft, which I remember that one. One that I found really impressive. Cody, do you know Marine Max? You know that. You've heard of them, right?
I know Marine Max.
Do you know now they own Intrepid right there on Belcher? They
I didn't know
Intrepid.
That.
I like Intrepid. Yeah, they built some pretty expensive boats, but I didn't know that deal closed. I had heard about that earlier in last year, but they actually did it. They paid the cash. Crazy, man. That's they make some nice, expensive boats if you've ever looked at boats. I wanted to point that one out, and then I talked about IBM already. So we own IBM. That one pulled back just a little bit. Altria, MO, ticker symbol, had a good run, just pulled back. And then the energy stocks were going to be some of our bigger ones. PDCE is one of them that we own. Oh, Shake Shack, that was our best performer today. We have a really small position. Our total size is less than 0.5% of our portfolio, but I'm looking to edge my way back into this one. And that's great, you know, the good start here today. We'll see how that one pans out. Other than that, like Schlumberger, ExxonMobil, things like that. Energy, all hitting highs. You get the theme of what's going on there. All right, let's go to new highs and new... Oh, no, wait, hold on a second. We'll point out, I want to make it a point, if I mention trades that are short-term trades that I take, good or bad, I want to make it a point to update you on those because I don't like people that just go, I bought this, I made some money, and I don't know what happened to that position. No, if you made or lost money, that's okay. We learn more from losers anyways. So I want to point out Starbucks made an adjustment in that one today. Remember, the initial trade was to sell the 105, 120 strangle. Well, I still have the 105 short put, which is in the money. I took the 120 call, rolled it down to 115. Right, so now I have the 105, 115 strangle, collected 50 extra cents to make that happen. And so I'd like a little bounce in Starbucks, but essentially now I've moved my average cost outside of, or I'm still outside of break even with the total strangle credit. This is the kind of thing I'm going to go over in a research site, hoping to start in February. Actually, if I go like this, right behind that camera, hello, I'm over here. Right behind the camera is where we're going to be looking to film the live class thing. You can see it over there?
Yeah, you can see it.
Right there. Right there. That's our corner. So I don't mean to like make it sound like, there's all kinds of stuff going on, but I plan to explain thoughts, strategies, show the actual position so like, oh my God, look how much he's losing or how much he's gaining or whatever. I want you to learn from everything, and I'll kind of show you how I came to those decisions in real time as it happens, rather than all the other garbage people out there. They're not all garbage, I should say. There was a while where I had trained quite a bit of them, but I think you should be able to see anything and everything, and if you can't, what are you learning? Nobody should be hiding stuff from you. So that's that one there, and I chose not to take off any positions today. Even though there were some that were, normally I would take them and run away. I just think the market's likely going to give us another little bump here in the ultra short term, which helps that kind of stuff. All right, new highs and lows, and I can answer questions on that at any time if I maybe said something that caused confusion. Hopefully not. 27 new lows, new highs, no new lows. Even Twitter, by the way, held up today. Twitter is one of those that's been on the new low list quite a bit. It continues to be in the new high list. It continues to be energy and financials. And the phrase is going around there right now, Finergy, right? Finergy, financials and energy. In fact, financials was one of the only sectors that is positive year to date prior to today. Let's take a quick look and see. I think that's still going to be the case. Financials and energy are actually the only sectors that are positive so far this year. Financials with about 6% gain so far on the year, and energy at 13.5%. Do you think that's going to continue, right? Careful there. Every other sector is lower. Industrials would be the next closest to going positive. We'll call it flat because it's only down 0.13%. Everything else is down 1% or more so far. Year to date, sorry. A lot of the names are going to be energy, financials. I put some on here just to check out. You wouldn't want to chase these like Apache or Aflac. These have had great moves. They're a little bit extended. Morgan Stanley is looking like it's trying to break out, so that's more interesting. But when you look at the rest of them, Wells Fargo, Ameriprise, Schwab is in there. They just had good moves, right? You don't want to get caught chasing something that's already up 6% in 6 days, and then you somehow think that's going to continue. So careful there. What else do we have? I feel like it's kind of a quick one today. So if you have any questions, feel free to start loading them up there. I will get to your questions because I only have a handful of things to cover here for you. All right, stocks in the news today. You got American Airlines, AAL. They said their revenues are going to be down a little bit compared to what they had previously stated. They thought revenue growth would be about 20%. They say it's going to be about 17%. Investors said that's close enough. No big deal there for the stock price today. Big Lots in the news today. They lowered their guidance. They said, hey, we're seeing slower traffic in our stores. I don't blame them. Do you have a Big Lots by you? They're kind of nasty, aren't they? Do we? I think I mentioned this before. Have you ever been to a Big Lots?
Yeah, we have one. We have one pretty close to here.
Oh, that's the one I would go to. Yeah. It's
No, you said
it's dirty in there. Yeah. It just feels a little nasty. I don't know. I mean, I think they could do better. I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but that's the one store where I'm like, okay, they probably have a better deal on candy than the gas station. I'll go in there for the candy. But anyways, so that stock was a little bit lower on the day. I thought it could have done worse, to be honest. If we go to Shake Shack, well, the reason it was our best performer in our portfolios today, they said that their fourth quarter performance likely going to be better than expected, in addition to a whole lot of other good things that the CEO had mentioned. He was on every financial media today. We see every channel, and he was on every single one of them, even down to Yahoo Finance. So good for them. That helped us out a little bit there. Micron in the news, and actually it finished positive by about 1/3%. Intel. So Micron says, our CFO is going to go work at a different company. But then Intel comes along and goes, guess what? We just hired a new CFO. It's that guy. They took him from Micron over to Intel. So you see Intel up 1.25% on the day, and that's why. Planet Fitness, PLNT, yes, that's a public company. Planet Fitness says they're going to buy Sunshine Fitness. I've never heard of them. You heard of Sunshine? Never heard of Sunshine Fitness. They're going to pay $800 million for Sunshine Fitness. That'll give them a total of about 16 million members that go to Planet Fitness. And about 1 million of them are there in the first week of the year, I bet. But it's got 114 locations, Sunshine Fitness. So if you've ever been to a Sunshine Fitness, it's probably going to turn their colors to purple. All right, also, tomorrow is inflation numbers. So CPI is a way to look at it, Consumer Price Index. So that comes out tomorrow. We're expecting, which is inflation. We always say inflation is X, and they get that number from CPI. So if you ever want to look up that number. Now, we're expecting that number to go from 6.8 to 7.2. 7.2. That's the sort of expectation on the street. Think about what happens for a second. If it goes to 7.2, that sucks, right? That kind of level of inflation. But that means we didn't peak. That means inflation's still rising. If that number is anything under than 7.2, you will hear the word peak tomorrow like 1 billion times, because the assumption and the push from probably Washington, people that want to see inflation peak out, the assumption would be, let's just push that. Let's push that narrative, and it makes people think that inflation's going down. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. But anything over 7.2 is a disaster. And you can imagine that, right? 7% inflation, lose 7% on your dollar? I don't know. So I'll be excited to see what comes up there. That's going to be a market mover if it is not 7.2 or 7.195, which they don't even do it that way. So we'll see what happens with that one. And then you have KB Homes reporting earnings for the latest one, biggest name to report. And I hope it's interesting because it's been in a sideways range there for quite a while. So we'll see. Yep. Roku will be a winner by the fourth quarter. Take it. Yeah. Thoughts on DTC? Is it too soon to make any guesses? Too soon. It's not in the same category, but same like KBH. There's nothing going on there. Yeah, everybody thinks it's dirty, right? You're talking about Big Lots. I hear you. Yeah. They have an image issue there, right? Dollar Tree's done okay. They used to be the dumpy dollar store, but they kind of come around, I guess. I don't go often, but maybe I've lowered my expectations. I go to those stores for candy, by the way. It's like, what are you gonna buy there? Maybe Q-tips or something. But you find me in a dollar store, I will have the basket and I'm loading up on candy. That's the only reason to go there, in my opinion. I don't know what else they sell. Or that silly string. If you're gonna have a party and you got kids coming over, you shoot them with the silly string. Other years of energy and financials run together? Yes, they tend to. Not perfectly correlated, but they are. I assume some run in parallel and others opposite discretionary. They do. Yeah, you got it right. I hope inflation cools off as well. This is not fun. I don't expect a large drop. Think about it. It's the holiday numbers. Well, that's bad news in a way. If the holiday inflation numbers, which we'll get tomorrow, are much lower, then we have to question the demand through the holidays there, which is not a good sign. That's supposed to be when we're all out spending the most amount of our money. So you don't expect it to be much lower, but if you're at 7.1, 7.0, something like that, you have the media has the right to now say, is this the peak? And then draw that out 100 times a day. Yeah. Yep. I love boxes for moving. Yeah. There you go. Yep. California, I don't know what you guys do out there. Man, I see, we in Florida, I guess, see articles that are negative relative to, like, it's mostly a Republican state, Republican-led state. So I don't know if they intentionally, like, promote, like, look at us doing great in Florida and California and New York doing bad. it could be that, right? But I hear about a lot of these taxes and things you guys want to do out there, and if it works for you, there you go. Time to buy I bonds? No, not time to buy I bonds. I get it. It's clever. It's got a lot of attention from the old social media side of things there. Yep. Is Albertsons reflection of earnings come for stocks there? So when Albertsons came out today, basically fine. I mean, I read through it. I didn't look at the stock price. I was just like, oh, it's fine. It beat by, I think, 15 cents maybe. It's coming up somewhere. Where did I put it? Earnings of 79 cents. Yeah, we were only expecting 59, I believe. Total revenues came in better than expected. Everything was fine there, and the stock sells off a little bit. 10%. So I don't know if it means that that's an indication of early earnings season. You look to the financials for that, at least to get things kicked off. Yep. I hear you. Yep, the inflation number will come out before the market opens. So if you're a pre-market trader, you'll get some excitement there for you. FinTip's coming back actually over there. Well, you see so here's me, right? And then that middle set there, that's the Wine and Wealth. See this like crane jig thing with the pole sticking out of it on the far, far left? That's the new setup. I'll turn the camera tomorrow so you guys can see, but that's the new setup for FinTips. Just took a while to get our ducks in a row once we moved, get everything kind of put back together. It's one of those where we moved everything, put everything back together, and then we had 10 extra cords and like 5 different screws and things, just left over. There's a whole bunch of stuff right behind this. I don't know where it came from. It was a part of something, but didn't quite go back together like we thought. Don't you think 2022 is the year for growth stocks since everyone's hyping up energy and financials? Well, I wouldn't say that because everyone's excited about Finergy makes growth stocks a good buy. Like that doesn't work together. It's like saying because gold is X, that means that retail stocks are X plus 1 or something. It doesn't, no, that doesn't work in my head. Yep. Oh, man. I like it. Thanks, Miriam. Appreciate it. The poker table, you can't see it? Well, I'll change the camera angle tomorrow. The poker table is literally right next to that camera that you're staring out of right now. One of them, anyways. We have a couple poker tables. Yep. Oh, I don't know. The whole like, oh my gosh, man, there's not that. They said that about New York, right? They said the moving companies are sold out because of people leaving New York. I need to see data on that one. I mean, that's a fun story to read and go, oh, that sucks. But show me the data. I don't see that one. That'd be interesting there, because it'd mean they're pulling from other states, putting trucks. That's not happening at the moment. So we will see. I bonds are rated based on inflation. Inflation is up. I bonds are matched. That's probably what you read from the cover of an article or something. But tell me exactly. Look deeper. I'm not going to pick on you. Look exactly how those track inflation and when they reset, how much you can put in, and the tax consequences of them. So careful with that one there. Oh, they're asking you, man. I lost my Alabama bet last night. My little betting account took quite a hit, I'll say. So they want to know your Super Bowl picks, man. Hit them with it.
Oh man, that's a tough one. As a diehard Cowboys fan, it's for the first time in my lifetime, I'm thinking about putting a future bet on the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. For the Packers. Probably the Cowboys.
But I mean, really?
10-1 odds.
I mean, that's fine, but who you think is in the Super Bowl?
Cowboys.
Really? Go for
100%.
it. Yeah, that's a commitment.
I for the first time in my life, I actually believe. I've never believed it ever. Right now.
Oh, well, it's tough for me. I actually got to watch it happen.
Never seen. Not in my lifetime have they done anything for them.
There you go. So Cody's going with the Cowboys there, and it would be fun to watch. Yeah, we're Cowboys fans here, but that's tough when you live next to the Bucs. All right, I'll wrap it up there, and then you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again, and thanks for the support.